Welcome to the Flip Thinking Podcast. In this podcast, you'll listen to intimate conversations between Berthold Gunster and his guests. Together, they'll explore the guest's personal problem and try to make it feel lighter or make it disappear altogether. This can be achieved in different ways. Sometimes they can simply solve the problem, but more often than not, they'll find that they have to let go of expectations or views they hold about themselves. At other times, they can only observe the fact that there is a problem without judging it. And in some cases, they can flip think the problem.
Good morning, good to have you here. It's Mihai, right?
Yes.
From Romania?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Who are you? Where do you come from?
Well, thank you for having me, first of all.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, my name is Mihai. I come from Romania, as you said, from the capital city, actually, Bucharest, which is nice, but not as nice as Leeuwarden, the place where I study.
Thank you very much for this compliment about the Netherlands.
Yes.
Leeuwarden,
yes.
is where you study.
I'm a student at NHL Stenden. I study international business in English, in an English taught program. And yes, I'm in love with the country, with the people, with the language, with the weather, which might surprise some foreigners.
Yeah, it does.
And also I love what I'm studying.
Yeah, and how long do you live in the Netherlands at this moment in time?
Well, I arrived here on the 4th of August to 2023, so that's 6 months ago.
Yeah, because now it's February 2024
Yes.
for the listeners. Yeah, and you are here for a reason, because you have a problem.
Yes.
That's the whole idea of this podcast series. So tell us, what's your problem?
Well, I feel very anxious sometimes because in school I try to help the students. I am surrounded by international students, and most of them struggle with homesickness, with not being able to adapt. Perhaps the school, what is taught to them is too hard for them, and they are struggling. They are depressed, they are anxious, they miss lectures, they oversleep because they don't feel like getting out of bed. And so I start various projects and I join a lot of associations and organizations to help those around me, to help the students. And while doing that, I sometimes feel that, well, of course I stand out by doing that, but sometimes I feel that I do not deserve to stand out, and that other people who do truly extraordinary things do not stand out the way I do, are not called by teachers during class and praised and everything.
So you mentioned the word deserve. Could you elaborate a little bit about this word? Why don't you deserve standing out then?
Well, I'm a middle-class boy from Romania, and then I came to the Netherlands, and I'm studying together with British students, with Dutch students, with students from all around the world. And out of all of them, I am the one praised in the class. And that tells me that, well, perhaps I do something right. But then I'm thinking, what will my colleagues say? Will they envy me? Why would they do that? Well, I work very hard. If they want to be like me, they can work as hard and perhaps they will be like me. But then I have all those thoughts that make me stay up at night.
Let's pause for a minute, because if I understand you correctly, you are 19, right?
Yes.
You're not 45 or 63 or 89. You're 19 years old, right?
For the moment, yes.
Yes, for the moment. Yeah, I know. I know. So this is incredibly young.
Yes.
Right? And then you study in the Netherlands. You are only here for 6 months now, which is incredibly short. And then during your study, while being a student, you help a lot of people with homesickness and all the things you just mentioned. Isn't it the fact that you are just standing out?
First of all, I try helping people, so I hope that my efforts are succeeding. So I don't want to say I'm helping
Thank
them.
you very much for being modest again.
No.
Modest again, but aren't you just standing out in a way?
I guess I am. But again, there are people who do what I do and who do not stand out.
And what's wrong with the fact that they don't deserve the praise or whatever, being seen that you do get?
Well, I think that they might deserve. So perhaps this is not an actual problem, but is what...
you feel it as a problem.
What I feel, yeah.
So, and if you feel it as a problem, then for me, it is a problem. And I take it seriously. I don't make jokes about it. I'm just trying to be very curious and understand what's going on in your brain. So I do understand that you think people are, in a way, as special as you are, But you get the praise, and you stand out, and they don't.
Yes, and I fear being judged by them or envied or things like that.
Okay, so if they would judge you, what would their judgment be?
Well, one or two of them actually said some things, not directly to me, but in a collective environment. For example, well, they look at the output. Why is he praised by the English teacher? And they stop there. He must be doing something so that the teacher is so fond of him. Is he bribing the teacher?
Mm-hmm.
What
bribing.
Oh my God, is he the teacher's lover? Oh my God, that's not all right. That's why. Yeah, that explains everything.
How often did you hear these kinds of comments indirectly?
I hear them rarely. What happens? Yes, and what happens to me is that I imagine sometimes they are saying those. So I see them looking funny at me or whispering while I pass, and then I imagine what they might say.
So it's, for the most part, happening in your brain.
Yes, it's the monkeys in my brain.
The monkeys in your brain. Like everybody has monkey in his or her brain. We all do. So let's have a close look at this monkey in your brain, which is telling you stories that do hurt you. These stories are not that pleasant to receive for you. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the monkey in your brain.
Yes.
And so let's give the monkey a name. Do you have a name for the monkey?
Well, I do not.
Let's make up a name. Can we make up a name? How would you describe this monkey?
Well,
is he a friend? Is he an ally? Is he a critical friend? Does he have the best intentions with you? Is he nagging or whining? Or how would you describe this voice?
This is very interesting. The monkey is both good and bad. I think that the monkey is my conscience, my inner self, my subconsciousness. And it's not nagging, but it's making me overthink and think again and again and again.
And in a way, this monkey has the best intentions with you, right?
Yes.
Because it pushes you forward to how you should behave.
Yes, and you know that diamonds are made under pressure. So I believe, and I hope that what the monkey does is part of a bigger plan that aims at making me a better person. Because we must understand that I would have not been here if the monkey wouldn't have acted that way.
Great, and that's a great interpretation you give, and I can totally agree with this. So for the rest of this conversation, I think the question is, how could you deal with your monkey in your brain so that it will not become an enemy you have to fight with, but a friend you can dance with, and that helps you when needed, but that can let you go when it's in the way?
Yes.
Is this a good agenda for the rest of this conversation?
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Now, during this being standing out and having the idea that other people deserve also stand out, but they don't get this praise that you receive. Now, what is the monkey in your brain telling you what the reason is that this pattern evolves? What's the reason?
So what is the reason?
So the monkey is telling you a story, right?
Yes.
You are standing out, you don't deserve it.
Yes.
This is the story of the monkey.
You are standing out, why other people are not standing out?
Right. And then the monkey must have an answer to this question.
Okay. Yeah? Yes, I understand.
So my question is, what is the monkey giving you as an answer to this question?
Well, as I said, I try to be as involved as possible in everything. I'm in school between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. So I work perhaps sometimes even more than the professors do. That's what the monkey
pushing you forward
said.
To do so.
Yeah.
But then the monkey also says you stand out while you not deserve it.
Yes.
So why? And this is, I think, the core question at this moment in the conversation. Why are you standing out while not deserving it? Why? How does it come? There's a nice silence here.
Yes.
I like this silence because this question opens a kind of new door, hopefully.
But this silence might not be productive because I do not know why.
And then it will be productive because we will just look and search and be curious and try to find an answer. I will help you, right?
Yes.
I will help you. In a way, this monkey has the idea that you are cheating or are an imposter, that people don't really see you as you are. Is it right that this is what the monkey is telling you?
Yes, and that people only see one side of me.
Right.
The formally dressed side of me, and not a playing partner, for example, or a discussion partner. They see a statue that cannot be touched, but that a dove would be nice if it would do something over their head, over the statue's head. So, or if someone tear it down, that would be nice. But no, it's a statue and we cannot talk to the statue. We cannot act with the statue.
What would we see if you would expose yourself fully to the world?
A child.
A child.
A 19-year-old child.
A child.
With an inner age of 5, 6, 7.
Oh, that's quite old.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Now and then I think I'm 3 or 4, 5, 6. So you are younger. The monkey in your head experience yourself as younger than you present yourself.
Yes, and this is what I'm doing since a very young age, being involved in everything. This is what I'm doing perhaps since 7 years old. I was always in school up until late, working with the teachers and helping them. So I did not have the time to play when I was young. Or not, I had the time, but I did not feel the need to play. I wanted to learn. I wanted to befriend older people so I can learn things from them, so I can hear a school of thoughts and opinions. So now it's coming back.
Mihai, let me interrupt you. This is great. I love children who want to talk with older people, learn from older people, behave more mature than their peers. Nothing wrong with that. When I tried to understand you, you were, as a young child, already behaving quite mature, quite old, right?
Yes.
Like to hang out with older people, learn and grow.
Yes,
and be curious about life, right?
Yes, and again, there was an anxiety point there. The constant motto in my head, the quote that there's an age for everything. You are a child, you play. You are a student, to learn, and so on. You are an old person, you pass on your knowledge to young people, to students who are there to learn.
So actually, this monkey says to you right now, Mihai, you are 19 years old. You behave as if you are 34 or 45 or 50 or 60, which is in a way a play. It's not real. When you look at yourself, actually you are 5 or 7 years old. So you are cheating people.
Well, I try to keep the 5-year-old in myself, not let it out. So it's also my fault.
If you would share this 5-year-old child in yourself, this little Mihai boy, what would we see then? Do you really suppress it? This is, I think, a key question, because I doubt what you think, but maybe I'm wrong. But if you would act more like a child, what would we see?
Well, I don't think you're wrong. I think I'm wrong. That's why I came here. Well, I try to always be very calculated, to do things, to plan a month ahead, if possible, to have a bigger picture of the whole life, if possible. So if I fear that if I let the child out and act childish and act my age, actually, if I act 19 years old, then I would get into some teenager, let's say, problems. I never smoked, I never went to clubs.
You never used drugs?
No, never used drugs, never listened to loud music. Those are things that normal teenagers do. It's normal if you do that. Well, it's not beneficial for your health, but you are a teenager. That's the age when you do those.
Yeah.
So if I let my child out, I fear that I am not strong enough mentally to say no to all those.
But Mihai, the impression you make is that you just don't want these things, which is for me fine, period, nothing wrong with that. You act as your age, which in your case is like somebody who would be 35, 45, 80 or 90. And now and then some days maybe acting like 5 or 7 years old. But you are somebody who behaves mature, old, likes to hang out with older people. What's wrong with that? That's who you are. There is no child in you wanting to use drugs or go out or drink beer or whatever. I think it's just something you don't want. Or am I wrong, right?
Well, there's a child in me that, while not wanting those things, wants validation from the others, wants to have friends their age. I want to have friends my age. And while I have some friends, and that's a miracle. No, that's...
You think that's a miracle?
Yes, that's a miracle because...
No, it's not a miracle, but you think so. This is interesting.
Yes,
for you it's a miracle, right?
Before college, I did not have more than, I think, one friend, and not good friend. So one person who actually spoke to me. So yes, I want people to discover me and to appreciate me and to want to hang out with me. And so that's why I fear that, because I want them to like me, I might do something stupid just to please them or be like them.
Yeah. Okay, now you said a lot of things. Very good. Thank you very much. This is a very clever, intelligent conversation. I like your I like your maturity. I like it very much. I embrace it. And I think it's a gift for you to be who you are. But it's in a way a burden too, because you are really standing out. I haven't seen many people your age acting this mature. And we talked before the podcast started about life, and you had this kind of plan about being 100 years old, and then you had 4 periods of 20 years from now on that you could do new things and new epochs in your life, from 20 to 40, from 40 to 60, from 60 to 80. So the way your brain works is very exceptional, I presume.
Well, I would like to say thank you, but I believe that it's not my merit. So my
it's
brain,
a gift. It's a gift.
It's a gift from someone. Call it God, call it parents,
call it genes, whatever.
Yes, anything. Yeah. So I cannot take merit for that.
But can you embrace it as a kind of present life gave you?
Yes, and not only embrace it, but also try to grow it, to develop it.
Right.
Because I was given a seed, a very fertile seed on a very fertile soil, and it's my duty to make it grow and to transform it into a 1,000-year-old eucalyptus tree.
Okay. Thank you for your words. Nothing to add for me. Still back to your monkey in your head telling you that you stand out while not deserving it. Having said all what we have said, how do you think about this problem at the moment and now, right now?
I still feel that now I understand that I deserve it. And perhaps I even understood this sometime in the past. Let's say that I deserve it. But again, the problem is thinking and overthinking about why other people are not like me and what can I do to make them be like me. For example, whenever I'm praised, one professor actually said something that was not very nice for me. He said that, "Oh my God, Mihai, everyone in this class has something to learn from you." And then I said, "No, I have something to learn from every one of you, and we are all human beings. How can you say that I am the one that everyone in the class, people from all around the world, of all ages and
it was too big a compliment to embrace."
Yes, and I want everyone to realize that every person is special and deserves to be praised and deserves to be observed and helped grow and develop. So it's not about that I don't deserve it, now I understand that, but it's about why others who deserve it don't have the same output as I.
Maybe in some respects you do stand out more than they do as a fact. And that doesn't make you any more special or unique or whatever, because I agree, everybody's unique. But in this aspect about how mature you are, how you think about life and how you plan things and how ambitious you are and how mature you start acting as a young child, already being 5, 6, 7 years old. In this aspect, maybe you just stand out as a fact, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my action plan.
How is it for you to listen to my words? Maybe you just stand out, period.
Those words are transformative. I think that's the word.
Oh, that's a great word. Transformative.
Yes, because
elaborate, but explain.
Those words help me see again the bigger picture.
It's a fact.
Yes, it is, and that makes me want to start again projects and initiatives to help others discover themselves. Perhaps they will not stand out as much as I do,
or stand out in other aspects more than you do.
Yes,
who knows? Who knows?
Outpace me, and that's perfect. Everyone wants to be. Every teacher wants their students to overachieve them, or should want their students to overachieve. And I hope that by understanding that I'm special and I stand out, as you say, I don't want to say that, but as people say. Then I should focus on helping others discover themselves.
Okay, wait a minute. I want to interrupt you, if you don't mind.
No, of course.
First, do you agree that you just, in some aspects, important aspects, you do stand out? Do you agree?
Yes.
Or do you doubt?
Yes, and this is a problem. This is why I came here.
Right.
This was the problem.
Okay, now it creates a problem, but the fact is that you do stand out as a fact.
Yes.
And you can see this as a fact, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Never doubt again about this. No. You do stand out, Mihai, and I am 65. I've seen a lot of people passing by here, a lot of young people too. You do stand out in how mature you behave to life and to yourself, and how critical you are, and well-planned and organized, whatever. You do stand out as a fact. Now, this raises a problem, a question, how to deal with this standing out. And it seems like you've experienced a kind of necessity that you have to help other people.
Yes, that's perfectly correct.
Thank you very much. It doesn't feel as a free choice, but as a kind of necessity. You do have to do this in life for you.
Yes, it's like a compensatory mechanism. I try to balance.
Right. Very good words too. Again, impressive. Thank you very much. A compensatory mechanism, right? Now, if you do not restore the balance, if you do not help, how would the monkey in your brain then regard yourself?
If I do not help others, I feel that I will become perhaps some very, very well-known or
famous, whatever.
Yeah, individual,
successful,
or professional. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the monkey will be even more aggressive, telling me, well, now if I'm a student and I have those thoughts, imagine if I become, let's hope, an ambassador for a country or some employee in a company. Imagine what my monkey would say then. Perhaps it would say, "You are now at the top of the mountain," which I will not be, but the monkey does not know that. So
you're successful and you succeeded.
You have everything.
You have a wonderful life.
Yes, you have a wonderful wife.
But what you said, wife?
Wife, life,
yeah,
wife.
Life and wife. Everything that ends on "ife." Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then...
I'm looking in my brain if there are more words that end on "ife."
And knife, but that's not nice.
No. You have a good knife, a good life, a good wife.
Yeah. Everything. Yeah. So you did not do enough for the people that you met along the way.
Which you could have helped,
yes.
Right? Now, how would your self-image then be? How would you describe or regard yourself not having helped other people?
A true imposter, then.
Yeah, but that's not enough an answer, because imposter means that you are trying to make up a story of who you are and hiding who you really are. So my curiosity goes to being an imposter. What is the imposter hiding then? What negative self-image derives from the fact that you don't help other people stand out while you could have done so? So how would you describe somebody who can help others but doesn't do so?
That's selfish, and that's missing the purpose of life.
Ooh, slow down.
Well, Mahatma Gandhi said the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others.
Oh, that's great.
That is the meaning of life. To help others, be helped by others, and make the world a better place. So when you leave, when you die, then the world is better than it was before you were born.
Before you came.
Yeah.
So, and then you can leave with a good heart.
Yeah.
Is this a belief, something you can do, or is this the truth, something you have to do? So if you wouldn't do so, would then your life be meaningless?
Now, that's what I feel. Yes.
But
I feel
okay,
that
you feel so. This is what the monkey tells you also.
Yeah.
You have to help other people to give your life meaning, like Gandhi instructed you to do.
Yeah.
And this gives you a good guideline in life, because now you know I'm going to help people. And if they stand out too, like I am, I'm living my purpose. And then I can die with a peaceful heart. So
and I feel a little bit better about myself.
And if you don't do so, you don't feel good about yourself. You feel like selfish, right?
Yes.
Now, this is the structure the monkey in your brain has created with you and for you. Be helpful to other people, help them to stand out, then your life has meaning, and then you can just be here and enjoy life while helping others. Now, this is a very important question. Is this a belief, or is this a reality? Is this what life is about? Is this the truth?
A lot of people, really intelligent people, people that research the topic, tried to answer what is life and failed. You cannot describe life. You cannot say what is life, especially when you are 19 years old. Mm-hmm. So I do not know whether helping others is the way of living the life. So it's a belief.
Right, and I help you. I'm 65, a little bit older than you, although I feel equal mature as you are, and as childish now and then as you are too. And my answer would be, I don't know either. I just don't know. I don't know. It's nice to help people. It's very nice to help people stand out. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong to have a kind of important role, helping other people, really taking care of other people, which is very fine, and keep on doing so. There's nothing wrong. It gives you a lot of pressure because when you give, you receive in giving.
Yes.
So I totally agree with that. This is something nice for you to do and keep on doing so. But the problem is, and it's a real problem, it's not a free choice, it's a necessity. Because if you don't help other people, then your life will be meaningless,
Yes.
Mihai. And so my core question is your life meaningless unless you help other people? Is this true? Do you know this for sure?
I do not know for
No.
sure. I believe.
So if you do not know for sure and if you believe, then the question is, does this belief help you or does this belief bother you?
I like to think of it does this belief help others, or does it?
No, but that's not my question.
Yes, of
You're
course.
answering another question I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't.
It's the question that my monkey asked me, and my
but
monkey
the
is
monkey
more.
must be a little bit silent now. We'll talk with him later.
Yeah. I'm afraid that I will reach 90, 100 years old and say I missed the meaning of life because I did not help people. It's equally possible that I will reach 90 or 100 years old and I will tell to myself, you missed the purpose of life because you helped people.
Right.
But
Right.
I don't believe that. I strongly don't believe that not helping people is the way of living life.
Shall we agree? Shall we agree that helping other people just gives joy?
Yes.
And when you stand out and you feel they have the capacity to help other people that are benefited by your help, is a nice thing to do. This is what humans tend to do: take care of one another, make connections, feel love, feel combined with one another. I think we both agree that this is something nice to do in itself, right?
Yes.
So your life, imagine I would be God, right?
Yes.
Or another supreme being, and I don't have any trouble finding to compare myself with such an image. But imagine, right?
Yes.
And I came to you. I said, Mihai, we've been looking at you. You come from Romania, and you've been acting very mature, starting as a child from 5, 6, 7 years old. You helped a lot of people. This was the meaning of life. One of the quickest persons on earth. Your life is meaningful only just being 19 years old. You have done enough. You helped enough people, more than we expected you ever to help. So your life is completely meaningful. But now we give you two options. We are a little bit surprised how swift you did this. Now you can go to heaven because you have fulfilled all the things you had to do. But as your body is still young and physically and biologically good enough to last for 80 years, you can also stay on Earth. What would you do? Would you stay on Earth or would you go to heaven? And if you stay on Earth, it's nice to help other people. You can still do this, but there's no necessity to do this anymore because your life does have meaning from now on. Now, first question, would you stay or would you go?
Before I answer that, I must say that I'm a Christian, an Orthodox Christian,
Yeah.
and in our religion, in this belief, when people, regardless of their age, when people fulfill their meaning, they go. We have people dying at 21 and everyone is crying. Oh, they left so young. They were so young. They could have done so many more things. No, that is what they had to do. Their mission was complete and they can go. So I don't think anyone has a choice. You are 19, will you stay or will you go? But if I'm told by God, Mihai, your life
ready?
is
It's
meaningful.
fulfilled?
Yes, your mission is fulfilled. Do you want to stay or do you want to go to heaven? I think I would say, give me some more time here.
Yeah.
Because I feel that because I want to keep helping the people.
Right. So now you're giving. Thank you for adding that you are a Christian Orthodox. You said, right?
Yes.
Which is completely fine for me. But your answer for me is completely freeing, and I love your answer because you are now telling me, although I don't have to help other people, although my life would be meaningful already, I still like to help other people. Am I right?
Yes.
I think we can both agree that helping other people is just a fine thing to do. It gives a good feeling. Although life doesn't have to be any more meaningful than it already is, it gives a kind of meaning or purpose of sense of it's just good to help other people in itself. Am I right?
Yes.
So now you tell me that although you don't have to help other people, it's just something you want to do out of yourself.
Yes.
Apart from your beliefs.
Exactly.
how do you feel now in this conversation, having said this? How do you feel about the whole idea of meaning and having to do things for other people, the necessity to help other people to stand out too? How do you feel about this whole topic now?
Now I'm glad that standing out allows me to even better help other people, because you can help someone if you are, let's say, a construction worker, you build houses for people, but you can better perhaps help them if you actually have an impact, a direct impact on them, like being a president or something. So standing out perhaps gives you more ways of helping people. But then another problem arises in my head, which is, don't I want to help other people because I'm selfish and I want my life to be meaningful?
No, well, we have established that your life is already meaningful, right?
Yes.
And that although it is already meaningful, still it gives you pleasure to help other people.
Yes.
Now, and this is a semantic discussion, and I really have a lot of trouble with the discussion. Is it selfish if I want to help other people because it gives me a good feeling? Embrace the fact that this is, I think, almost every human being experiences. This is how we are made up, that helping other people gives us pleasure. This is just who we are. We are a social animal. So what is wrong without the fact that you feel good about helping? It's completely fine for me. So just enjoy the fact that while helping other people, which hopefully gives them joy, gives you joy in the same time. What's wrong with that? Enjoy this mutual being joyful about helping.
Yes.
Period.
So then stand out.
Nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself.
Stand out, help people in as many ways as possible, and be happy.
Yeah. And well, it gives a feeling of meaning. That's nice, but you don't need this feeling of meaning because your life already has meaning, as we have established.
Yes.
And there's something I want to add too. It's good to help other people, and keep on doing so. And stand out. And if you stand out, if you help, that's fine. But I have the assumption that before this conversation, you had to help other people. You needed, your system needed other people that could be helped, so your life could be meaningful.
Yes, absolutely.
And now I'm trying to tackle your whole system. This is, in a way, selfish, because you're not helping other people to help them. You help other people, so your life will be meaningful.
Yes.
And this is selfish. So this is a story against the monkey in your head. We think that helping other people is not an option, it's not freedom, but it's a necessity, so your life can become meaningful. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, this makes you silent. That's good. So until this conversation, you had to help other people, and you needed other people to help so you could be meaningful. Now, hopefully this construction ends right now, which is a big step to take, but you manage. You're a mature guy. You're intelligent and very clever. Until now, you had to help other people. And from now on, you are free to help other people. And I think in your behavior, that will not change that much. You will just carry on as you are doing now, only without this burden. Am I egoistic? Am I selfish? Is my life meaningful? No, only from now in a kind of freedom. And if you find people that want to be helped, help them. But if you encounter people that you can help, but that really don't want to accept your help or are not ready for your help, or do not need that help at all, or have other problems of topics you don't know, so your help isn't at place, and it's a kind of interference with them, just let it go. So you can help, but you're not obliged to do so. You're free to do so from now on, hopefully.
Whew. That's relieving.
Yeah? Tell it in your words, how these words of mine land in your monkey brain and your own brain.
Well, I have to think very deep about this change of perspective. But yes, I guess it's freeing. Help other people because you want. If you can't help other people, live your life, which is meaningful, without helping other people. So that's it.
Yeah. And hopefully, what you want to give other people, keep on doing so, but especially also give it to yourself. You are allowed to stand out even more. Nothing wrong with that. Stand out as much as you want to, as much as you can, because I encounter here in the studio, Mihai, very ambitious, mature, young guy who behaves much older and much more mature than most of his peers do, and I love this person.
Thank you.
I think these were the final words, weren't they?
And then let me say a few ending words also.
Please, yes.
Thank you very much for having me. It's amazing to me how you can think some problems that were thought of and overthought of. So this is not a new problem. This is a problem that I have for a long time.
Starting 5, 6, 7 years old
Yes,
already, right?
People have a lot of old problems that keep returning, and you are able to flip the tables to enrich the picture, to build a mirrored construction so that people can actually think. That's the thing. Omdenken, flip thinking.
Thank you very much for your closing words, and I totally agree. And I want to end with amen.
Amen.
Do you want to flip think your own problem too? In Berthold Gunster's bestseller Flip Thinking, you will learn all about the life-changing art of turning problems into opportunities. Flip Thinking is available in England, Italy, Portugal, South Korea, United States, and soon in 17 other countries too. For info, check out flipthinking.info.